So in the previous session, we were discussing about the different iteration methods for solving the hydrothermal problems. The first thing that we studied was the discrete time interval method, and the next thing is gamma lambda method, and then now we are going to study with the short term hydrothermal scheduling using penalty factors. So as we know that we have to minimize the total thermal production cost, we have to satisfy the hydrothermal constants, and we have to calculate the amount of total amount of water that is discharging through the reservoirs. So for that we are solving the different techniques. So that's the only thing, that's the only difference here. And here, as we in the last previous session, we were discussing about the different penalty factors. So here we are just coordinating the hydel as well as the thermal power plant. For the demand, PD is the power demand, total power demand, and for the time period of total T. So here just if you want to minimize the thermal production cost and the amount of water that is discharged through it, so just use this equation, that is the integration 0 to T Ft Pgt dt. So this equation gives you the, so in this part gives you the thermal production cost, and this part nu 0 to T Q naught T Pg H of T, that gives the total amount of water that is discharging at the time of generation of power using hydel. So here the nu is the converts. So here the nu converts the incremental water rate of the hydro power plant. So using the incremental cost, we can convert the amount of total water that is discharging through the reservoir, so into our total amount of power that is generated using the same amount of water that is discharged. So that will be given by the two constants. So the two constants are the power balance equation, that is demand plus losses is equals to the generation, and the total amount of water that is available is equals to the total amount of water that is discharged at the time of regular intervals at the time of generation of power using hydro. So these two constants we need to satisfy, and the incremental changes in generation at a constant demand. The constant demand is PD, total power demand. So that will be given by the equation. So this equation. So in this equation, we are just substituting our incremental changes equation. So incremental changes equation are dou P loss. So dou P loss by dou PGH, delta PGH, plus dou P loss by dou PGT. So this is the nomenclature. This is the constant, that is how much amount of power that is lost at the time of generation of hydro using hydro. So this part gives you the amount of power that is lost at the time of generation of power using thermal, and this will be amount of power that is generated using thermal and hydro. So nothing, just we are substituted in this equation, nothing new. These two equations are same. Here this equation stands for every conditions, that is demand plus losses equals to generation. Here we are considering the demand with respect to wherever we are going to consider the demand, and what are the different constants that are occurred in our demand and losses. So these two gives the demand plus losses. Demand plus losses. Instead of using this, just remove the delta PGH common. Just take the delta PGH common in this whole equation. Then we can write it as 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGH. And if you just take delta PGT, thermal power generation, delta PGT, then that will be equals to 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGT. So these two equations are same. These two equations are same. And using the equation 1. So the equation 1 is satisfying the objective function of the penalty factor method. So which is that objective function? So anywhere, if you are going to solve the project, or if you are going to take the project, or if you want to solve any problems, you should have some objection. So objective function. So what you are actually going to do? If you that keep in your mind, then the solution will be simple. Anywhere, any system or any conditions you can take. First, you should know what to do. Then only you should enter into the problem. Without knowing what to do, you should not able to solve any problems. So like that, the objective of this function, the objective of this using method is we have to solve this. That is, we have to find the thermal power generation and we have to find amount of total water discharged at the time of generation of power using hydro. So I'm just substituting here, substituting same thing here. dFT by dPgt delta Pgt plus the new dQ naught by dPgh delta Pgh. Just resubstituting these models, just resubstituting these constants here. Iteration of 0 to t ft pgt dt will be equals to dft by dpgt delta pgt, and similarly here also. And we have to multiply this equation with 1 minus dou p loss by dou pgh. So what happens? First, you have to multiply with dou p loss by dou pgh and again multiply with dou p loss by dou pgt. So what happens to our equation? Just look at here. So nu of 1 minus dou p loss by dou pgh dq naught by dpgh. So this equation. So this equation, this is. So I am just multiplying 1 minus dou p loss. That's it. And here also 1 minus dou p loss by dou pgh dft by dpgt delta pgt. So why we need to go to multiply with 1 minus dou p loss? So that will be given at the next steps. Why? That is, we have to substitute equation 5. This is the equation 5. So substitute in equation 5. So what happens next? So here 1 minus dou p loss by dou pgh. Now we have to multiply with dou pgt. Dou pgt. Same thing. Dou pgh dft by dpgt delta pgt. So just resubstituting this equation. Nu dq naught. So this gamma dq naught dpgh. Gamma dq naught dpgh multiply with 1 minus dou p loss divided by dou pgh. So just here it cancels. That equals to dftg. So here delta pgt and this delta pgt get cancels. So don't use the same term here. So dft by dpgt into 1 minus dou p loss by dou pgt. So here just split this equation. Just split this equation. That is gamma dq naught by dpgh. Same 1 minus dou p loss by dou pgh. That equals to this. So gamma IH LH. So what is meant by IH LH? The IH will be given by dft by dpgt. So dft by dpgt will be written as IH, and 1 by 1 minus dou p loss by dou pgt will be written as LH. Same thing. So here what is meant by IH actually? IH is the incremental water rate. Incremental water rate, that is stepwise incrementation of water. So at each interval, how much amount of water is discharged? At next interval, how much amount of water is discharged? So like that, the constant. So that will be given by IH. And the next thing is LH. So LH is the penalty factor. So normally LH will be written as penalty factor. So that will be given by this 1 by 1 minus dou p loss by dou pgt. So if you resubstitute this equation, then what it gives? So after resubstitution, the gamma dq naught by dpgh and 1 plus dou p loss by dou pgh, that equals to gamma. So lambda. So lambda can be written as two ways. So lambda is equals to this one, or lambda is equals to gamma IH LH. So we can define gamma using two methods. One is with respect to idle and another is with respect to the power that is generated using the idle, and another with respect to the constants, that is penalty factor and incremental cost, incremental water rate cost. I hope you people are getting the concepts. So we need this equation. We got this equation by just resubstituting LH and IH. And similarly, the other equation from 7. So which is the 7? This one. So this is the equation 7. So from this equation we can write dFT by dPgt. So this one, dFT by dPgt into 1 by 1 minus dou P loss by dou Pgt. So that equals to IT LT. So here I have taken this one. First I am going to consider two parts. So this is the first part and this is the second part. So this is first part. This is first part and this is second part. So just first consider the first part. So just for the analysis purpose, I am dividing this equation into two parts. First I am considering the first part. I am equating this as lambda. Same thing. I am equating this as lambda. I am just considering dq naught by dpgh as IH and 1 by 1 minus dou P loss by dou Pgh as LH. Similarly, same take second part. So dFT by dPgt into 1 by 1 minus dou P loss by dou Pgt is equals to lambda. So now consider IT and LT forms. So equation, the constants. So what is meant by IT and what is meant by LT. So here similarly IH, I have considered IH now. Similarly here consider IT. So IT be the dFT by dPgt. So what it means? Incremental fuel cost at thermal. Incremental fuel cost at thermal. So here IH is incremental water rate. IH is incremental water rate. IT is incremental fuel cost. And similarly LH use LT. So here LH is 1 by 1 minus dou P loss by dou Pgh. Here use LT. LT is 1 by 1 minus dou P loss by dou Pgt. Dou Pgt, dou Pgh. So LT means it's also a penalty factor. So this is also kind of a penalty factor. Okay, and the same thing I have written also here. You can observe this one, dFT by dPgt as IT and LT as 1 minus dou. This is the penalty factor. So similarly, by just observing this equation, we can also write this equation as dFT by dPgt of 1 plus dou P loss by dou Pgt is equals to lambda. So these two equations are important for solving the problems using penalty factors. So what are the different penalty factors? That is LT and LH. So here LT, we got the penalty factor at thermal station, that is LT, and here we got the penalty factor LH, that is at idle power station. So by using this LT and LH, we solved the iteration problem, short range iteration problem. So this is about the solving the short-term hydrothermal scheduling using penalty factor. I hope the concepts are clear here. First one is the discrete time interval method. So in the discrete time interval method, we are just derived the constants. I am just recapping the things that we discussed in our previous sessions. So this completes your hydrothermal constants chapter. The next thing is we have to solve the numericals. So before going to solving the numericals, I am just refreshing the concepts that we studied using the different three methods. So in the discrete time interval methods, we are going to discretize the equations. At different regular intervals, what would be the fuel cost, what would be the amount of water discharged, and the power balance. that we have discussed using the discrete time interval method. So here we used the different operational constants. So after solving the different operational constants, we are next discretized the equations. Discretize the using equations using summation steps. The same thing in the three iteration techniques. Everything is the same. The constants remain same. Only thing the way of approach. That's it. So we used SKQK, the storage and the water amount of water discharge. So PGH, we have solved the PGH. So we found the dependent variable and we found the independent variables. We defined the dependent variables and we defined the independent variables in discrete time interval method. And there we have found the Lagrangian function. So this Lagrangian function. So by using this equation, we solved the problem by using the Lagrangian function. That is dou Lagrange by dou PGT, dou Lagrange by dou PGH. So that's what we calculated the PGH and PGT. And similarly, we have algorithm. We got the algorithm here. So different algorithm. So step-by-step algorithm techniques. So just by first we have to calculate the amount of water discharged. That is should be K2 2, 3, 3, 4. We should not use K is equals to 1. Why? I have told that it is dependent variable. K is equals to 1 is dependent variable. So that's why we should not consider K is equals to 1 there. We have to start with K is equals to 2. That is what? Independent variables. So that's the thing. And after solving the discrete time iteration method, the next thing was gamma lambda iterations. So in solving the gamma lambda iteration method, again same, calculate the power minimization of thermal and amount of water that is flowing out. That's about gamma lambda iteration. Same Lagrangian function. By using the same Lagrangian function, we are just substituting the loss factor, demand factor, thermal generation factor, and Heidel factor. So just partial differentiate this equation, and you will get the lambda value. So by using that lambda, we are solving the iterations. This is the lambda factors. So why I am just repeating the things again is should not get confused. So don't get confused with the methods. And in the gamma lambda method, we are using the incremental constants. Incremental constants. That is by using A, B, C. So these are the constants. Incremental fuel constants. That is with respect to thermal as well as Heidel. And again, also we have derived one input-output characteristics for thermal generation as well as this output-input characteristics for power generation. That is how much amount of power is generated by how many amount of water available. By using the available amount of water, how much amount of power that we can generate. So that we characterized here. And the algorithm is simpler. Just use PGTK and PGHK. We have derived the equations, that is for Lagrange. Just by differentiating the Lagrange, we got the outputs equations. So I am just substituting that output equations here. So this is about gamma lambda iteration method. So here we have here flow chart. Similarly, how the algorithm flows, the same thing here flow chart flows. So the last thing is hydrothermal scheduling using penalty factors. So the different penalty factors, that is LH and LT. So similarly here also we are using fuel cost for thermal generation, the water availability for hydel generation. I am just using the balance equation. power balance equation with considering the loss terms. How much amount of power that is lost at the time of generation of power using hydro, and the power of lost at the time of generation of power using thermal. Just normalizing the equations and take these equations into two parts. One thing is for penalty factor of hydel and another part is for penalty factor using thermal. So in LT, while calculating the penalty factor LH, we come across the factor IH. So IH is the incremental water rate, and we along with that we got LH. LH is the penalty factor, so that will be given by 1 minus 1 by dou P loss by dou PGH. Similarly, the penalty factor at the time of thermal, we got IT. So IT is the DFT by DPGT, that is incremental fuel cost at thermal generation, and along with that LT is the penalty factor, that is 1 by 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGT. This is about solving the problems using iteration of penalty factor methods. So have some numericals here. We will solve those numericals in the next session. 2 to 3 numericals are there. So what you people need to do now? You people need to go through the concepts, different iteration methods, so that you will get easily understand the methods, the problems. So it would be easy to remember also. So different iteration methods for in your examinations also. Any one method will be compulsory asked in your examination, and one problem. So just by covering this half of the portion, you can gain up to 20 marks. So this is about hydrothermal iteration solving problems. If you have any queries, please do ask now.